So I think we're ready to start. I already got instructions from our marketing team that we can already start. We have 72 attendees for this webinar so far, and we're looking forward to more coming in as we have reached a registration of around less than 200 attendees. So some might be coming in a little late. But for the sake of those who's already in our webinar, so we're about to start. Okay, I'll just turn off my video. This is a live presentation from our end. So let me just turn off my video while we're doing the webinar. For our house rules, we would like to request everyone to please refrain from sharing your screen during the course of our webinar. And if you have questions, you can type in your questions during the course of this webinar on the ENG-CIP messages. You can find the message icon to the lower right, bottom right of your screen. So in any part of the discussion, you could just type in your question and we will respond via chat or answer your question at the end of the presentation. All right. So let me just turn off my camera. Okay, again, everyone, good morning, and thank you very much for gracing us with your presence and your attendance this morning. As I've mentioned, certificates will be available upon request for this webinar right after the presentation. So, our first slide. So the title of this webinar is Integration and Digitalization of CIP Concrete Process from Design to Construction. So you'll notice the two important words in this title is digitalization and integration. When we talk about digitalization in the course of this presentation, we're basically talking about putting all construction information in a 3D format, and all those information can be readily accessed anytime by all the stakeholders. And when we say integration in the context of this webinar, again, we would like to show you some of the features that our solution has that allows you to integrate multidiscipline in terms of construction. For example, how you bring in other disciplines such as architectural, MEP, and how you can talk to both the critical sites, the office, production planning, and the actual construction site. So we'll be showing you how quickly you can create a 3D model, how quickly you can plan your actual construction in terms of, for example, producing rebar bending data and pouring plans, and how you are going to bring all those stuffs into your construction site. So we understand that this topic is covering a lot because we're talking about design to construction, but we'll try to cover that up within the 45 minutes that is given to us for this presentation. So to introduce the speakers for this webinar, Jerome. So my name is Christopher Saria. I am the Business Development Officer for the engineering segment and the Tekla portfolio of solutions under Vibrant Technology. So by profession, I'm industrial engineer, but I've been working in as a consultant over the last 10 years for the construction work. So with me is Engineer Jerome Tungol. He's my colleague. We work under the same banner from Trimble Solutions. So he's been an expert in the Tekla portfolio of solutions over the last 7 years. And in practice, Jerome is also managing his own design and build business. So basically, guys, all the stuffs that he's going to show us later on has been put to practice in his own design and build firm. Okay. So we basically believe with Trimble and the Tekla portfolio that the greatest challenge facing the global concrete construction is the lack of quality, coordinated, and timely information. We know that if you can get the right information in the right hands at the right time, then you will be successful in construction. So, Tekla software from Trimble dramatically improves the business of contractors who plan and pour concrete by providing the most complete, constructible, and connected information management solution. So, this is where our presentation is going to be revolving around the constructible concept and connected information management solution for us to deliver projects on time and on budget. So, who are our customers? So we deal with a lot of, with almost all involved in construction. For instance, we cater to structural engineering firms. We have solutions for structural analysis and design. We can produce professional calculations and construction drawings. We also cater to precast producers. With our solution, companies who prefabricate concrete off-site can streamline and optimize their whole value chain from estimation, sales to design, detailing to factory site. So we offer the most advanced BIM software to dramatically improve their business and deliver all types of precast projects on schedule and within budget. We also um, tie up with rebar detailing firms. So whether that particular rebar detailing activity is conducted in structural engineering firms or rebar fabrication firms, so we have clients that actually does rebar detailing on its own. And also formworks, formworks companies. We work with formworks companies. So whether they are estimating or calculating formwork quantities, or a formwork engineer or detailer, so we have solutions that actually addresses their specific requirement for formworks. And the widest coverage of our customer or clientele are the contractors who plan and pour concrete. So this is basically the uh, core business groups that we work with. And I've mentioned that we are trying to provide solutions for the concrete industry, but basically, what is the problem that we are trying to address with the solution? It's actually not a problem before, because this is just the way that things are going for the construction industry, where there are various silos that are working on a single project or one project alone. So this is what we call the traditional design. As I mentioned, this is not previously a problem, but right now, with the presence of solutions like the one that we are showing you, the Trimble solution, so we thought continuing with traditional way of working in the construction industry would present its own problem. Because when we use drawings, traditional quantity takeoffs and schedules and reports to communicate to various project stakeholders, the information is lost as we pass the information from one person to the next. As I've mentioned, this is like working in silos where you have to repeat some of the information and then pass it on, lose some and add some. So when we study a set of drawings, it does not enhance your understanding of the project, but it only enhances my perspective. If, say, for example, I create the plan, then another person is continuing with the design. However, with a model built in our solution, our shared understanding of the project continuously builds over time. So any enhancement to the model do enhance our collective understanding, because we can see we can see and access the information quickly and easily. So the model, the single model that we're talking about, becomes the place where all the information at every stage is stored. So in one of the testimonials that we have here by Wayne Brothers, according to Sir Daniel Wayne, you can see much more detail in the constructible model or the 3D model than you can see in 2D. So a project manager can state at 2D drawing sheets for weeks and still not have as thorough an understanding as is possible after 15 minutes of looking at the constructible model or the 3D model that we have. So basically, the approach that we're doing to address this traditional way of working is what we call the model, plan, and pour approach. So we quickly and easily create accurate constructible concrete models, and then uh, give that particular model to the planning department, where they use the 3D model to get organized, drive estimates, and efficiently prepare the pour. And then, with the use of some tools in the field, we bring those particular plan to the actual site. So, in a very layman's term, we're just taking in information, whether it's coming from structural engineers or PDF files or other information coming from the field. We build a 3D model out of it, which we call in our terms constructible model, and then we coordinate that and transform it into something that is able that we are able to fabricate and then deliver that on site with the use of total stations and 3D scanners and bring that on the actual construction site. So furthermore, this model plan and poor approach can be detailed, and this is what Jerome is going to discuss in detail, what we can do inside our Tekla solution. So first is we can perform after creating the model and planning that we can readily extract quantity takeoffs. So we can extract those world-class quantities throughout the project, and then we could bring in, so inside Tekla solution, you have scheduling and logistics tool. So you can actually detail the daily and the weekly tasks that has to be made for contractors planning and pouring concrete based on the quantities. Um, and also you can perform site planning inside the software. So you have the ability to import 3D equipment, so you can put in cranes, and you just need to download the model of those cranes from our warehouse. So we also do pour planning and documentation. So you can establish pours using the unique pour solution. All these are going to be shown later. So joining objects with, for example, the same concrete mix, and then breaking pours using our pour break tools. And you can actually communicate that pour graphically. So you'll see color-coded models that tells you whether the concrete has been poured, what's the status, is it ongoing, or it's finished. And we also have tools for formworks planning and detailing inside. So we understand that this is part of very important part of construction, because our concrete cast in place buildings will not stand without the formworks, without shoring. So our software is able to do that inside the environment as well. So reinforcement, coordination, and detailing, we will show you the technology that allows us to accurately model rebar inside and then produce a machine language that allows your bar cutting machines to bend and cut the rebars into its specifications. So all that is completely covered inside Tekla as well. And then anchor bolts, embeds, you just need to download the catalog from the warehouse, and it's a simple pick and place of those particular embeds and anchor bolts in the structure, so that it becomes part of the whole plan. And after all the connections has been put up, we can now bring this 3D model inside into our work site or into the construction site with the use of tools. So our software allows you to put layout points and then drive that layout points inside our scanners, inside our total stations, so that you're bringing the whole 3D thing on the actual work site or the construction site. And then using a single software, the Tekla software that we have, you can also do project management side. So you will not be needing a separate solution like our industry is mostly using the Primavera stuff and all that. But if you have a BIM modeling software that allows you to do project management inside without having to go over other solutions, then we think that we have a better way of working in the field. So you've mentioned or you've heard about the differences that we have. No, so this is just the conclusion in terms of how we differentiate ourselves with the competition. So the image to your left, we've discussed the differences between the Trimble solution and the traditional ways of working, but it should be pointed out that not all building information modeling solutions are created equal. So particularly when construction is concerned, You see an example on your left screen of a conceptual model one might produce in a conceptual modeling tool that's familiar to you. While this has value, the information lacks the level of detail needed to be considered truly constructible. While on the right, and this is how we really differentiate ourselves from the competition, is the model contains accurate concrete geometries, pores created with our patented pore technology, so you can graphically represent that pore. We have reinforcement. It can be modeled exactly as it is going to be looking at the site. We can add formworks, and then you can generate layout points so that you're just going to give it to our total stations. You can add plates, bolts, welds, embeds. So everything that connects a particular system for it to stand up in the field. And you can bring in other disciplines such as MEP, fire protection, architectural models inside this tool so that you have a complete building structure as it is constructed on site. So this is what you call the digital twin. So that's exactly what we're creating inside our software. So in essence, both models have their place and are important, but to achieve what we have discussed so far, we must use a purpose-built solution for concrete construction that can be used at any stage of the design and construction process. So to show in detail all these features that I've just mentioned, I would be honored to turn over the presentation to engineer Jerome Tungol. Jerome?
Thank you, Sir Chris. Okay, do you hear me clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Let us look at some example of how Tekla software from Trimble is used by contractors who plan and pour concrete. So let's start by modeling. So as we say, modeling is quickly and easily done and to create accurate constructible models in Tekla structures. So in this video shows that modeling can be done quickly and easily by simply modeling from scratch using our approved design drawings. Also, we can import and trace our CAD file or PDF files and to make productive effectively. Also, modeling is made quick and easy using initiative tools like direct modification, merging of concrete volumes, and copy paste tools and more. You can also save a concrete profile library to use it later on the model. And then to use our concrete part, you just simply click the right position of your concrete part like this shown in the video, this positioning of the column. Also, modeling of slab is very easy by only tracing its area. And as of that, you have now a frame structure. Now let's look the rest of the project. Copying properties from one object to another is just a snap. You just simply click the copying part, then select the modify to another object. Also, changes make easier by use of our direct modification and also quickly make changes by simply dragging the handles and drag it to the right position. Then as you can see, similar object will merge automatically where applicable. Rapid modeling made easy by use of special copying tools. You just simply click the part you want to copy, then click the position of the part. Also, you can use model beam, use existing beam properties. Notice that similar concrete continues to merge. And then once you finish your first floor, mapping tools make modeling lightning fast by simply inputting the height of the floors and number of floors. And then just simply click copy. You just finish your modeling. And as of that, modeling in Tekla Structures is quick and easy and very user friendly. Let us now use our existing geometry to coordinate other stakeholders like our architectural models by simply importing a reference model in Tekla Structures. Also, we can efficiently manage complex architectural elements like, like these stairs. So we can convert it to native Tekla model, and as a result, we don't need to remodel again that complicated stairs. So native model means you can manipulate the model directly to the Tekla and change this property. So imagine how much time you will consume in remodeling that stairs alone. So it will save you a lot of time. And then Tekla structure can also brought out import items from a catalog to SketchUp and import it to Tekla component and use it right away. You just simply click the embeds and then positioning embeds makes very efficient by its real-time preview placement as you can see in the video. In this method, you can easily position your embed on right places. You can move you can move it by XYZ position and also its rotation by simply dragging the handles and position it on the right position. You can also see the live dimensioning of the handle so that you will know how much or how long your distance is from the origin of the embeds or your reference area. Copying of embeds make easy by use of copy special or just using copy linear by simply inputting the spaces and number of quantities. So it's just a matter of click, you can now easily scatter your embeds on the project in the right position. Okay, so let's use using unit per concept. So in this video, I will show you how to manage our poor integral structures. Concrete will same mix merge automatically. We can also group our pour by use of the organizer. You see it on your left. On this, we define pours by object type. As a result, we can separate vertical and horizontal members. Now we can activate unique pour mode to visualize your pour, and then pour created and name automatically. Managing our pouring by the use of pour break tools help us maximize the volume of pour, and position our pour break efficiently. By this, you can place pour break with confidence, and also no information lost when pour is placed. You can easily place multiple points break and easily establish core and shaft wall sleeve. So as you can see, pour breaks follow the shape of the concrete part. So you don't need to trace that alone. So pour break tools help us manage our zoning in slab for pour break placement. You can use different type of force for better placement. So as you can see, it also have a live dimension of the pour brake. Are you happy with the placement of our pour brake? Also, once you've done zoning your slab on your pour brake, the best part is you can quickly copy your pour brake to other floor using Copy Special, and as a result, you can now visualize your pores on the fly. So you can visualize your pore by simply using your mouse or by selecting it in organizer. So you can see what is included on every pore created. You can also use the organizer to get instant concrete pore takeoff by simply clicking the group in the organizer, then choose pore template to see a report regarding quantity takeoff. Then you can grab it by pore type by simply dragging it to the tab data. So visualize your takeoff like never before. So as you can see, you already have your total concrete volume on that specific concrete. Also, elevated slab takeoff includes beam, capitals, and all aspects of our floor. You can also organize it by floors. And then once you've done reviewing your takeoff, you can export it directly to the Excel. And then you can use your template for your quantity takeoff. Also, organizer can help you by visualizing and managing your pore sequence by simply clicking all the groups on the organizer. You can also do visualize and manage status of pore by using color coding. So by using our organizer, you can review what is the next step on the site or what is finished already on the site. Tekla Structures are also powerful 3D reinforcement tool in component catalog, such as column, beam, and slab, and walls. Component reinforcement is very easy to use. You just simply input all distances and size of the rebar needed based on the picture. Also, to apply the component, you just simply click the concrete part and you will have now detailed set of rebar, such main bars and stirrups. Reinforcement catalog maximize your productivity by simply supplying all necessary data on the component based on approved design. You can also save the setup on the reinforcement to use it later on the project. So by doing that, you will make hub sets a lot of time. And then also using reinforcement in Tekla Structures help you see the reverse suite together and review it in the classes. And then if you have different standard, we can also put rebars manually using our shape catalog. Just simply choose the shape of the rebar and place it in concrete part interactively. You can adjust spacing and other properties using direct modification. Using this method, you will input reinforcement set by set. What you see is what you get. And then, the best part on technical reinforcement is adapt the modification on concrete part. It will save you a lot of time because no need to remodel the rebar once modification is done, as shown in the video. So that's for our model. Now let's proceed to plan. So let's use our model, a 3D model to get organized, rough estimate, and efficiently prepare to our pour. So once you've done your 3D modeling, we use organizer to have our location breakdown structures or our LBS. We can group our model into section and floors. You can also manually adjust section borders by inputting their locations. You can review it visually. We can also define floors automatically based on the grid line elevation and adjust it manually if needed. By doing this, you can find automatically object outside of the location and add it manually. Organizer also create automatically rule based object categories easily, for example, by assembly name. So you select take the models and then CIP parts, and then set the rules for assembly name. And then organizer will group automatically concrete by its assembly name. And then as a result, you can have easy access to required quantities. And then for this example, click the first floor and walls and click the quantity takeoff template. It will generate automatically quantity takeoff and you can group it accordingly. You can also generate reinforcement schedule on the same part. You just simply choose the rebar schedule template and it will show the rebar schedule. And then once you're done reviewing it again, you just directly export it to Excel. Also to apply your standard template on the Excel. Also embeds can quantify in the same part respectively. So it's just a matter of click, you will have now total quantity of your embeds. Also organizer highlights parts that are selected for better reviewing. Automate format quantity takeoff. Tekla Structures also automate format quantity takeoff using our formworks creator. So formworks creator basically inputs formworks on all sides of the concrete to quantify total area surface of the formworks. It's also automatically manage touching concrete faces to ensure accurate quantities every time. It also automatically calculates side form area or gravity beneath foundation. So as shown on the video, no formwork repeatedly if they are touches one another. You can also use organizer to put formworks in one go. So just simply click the groups in the organizer and then create selected. Opening also can be excluded. In organizer, you can now generate quantity takeoff instantly. Also, you can investigate using organizer to ensure all concrete parts has formworks. So for example, the footings, And then on the walls, so now by doing this, you already have calculated the estimated total surface of the side parts. Also, the best part is that you can easily quantify formworks for slab and beams automatically in just one click. And also by floors. So if you want a specific slab on the floors, you can do that. Plan and manage formworks. So Tekla Structure has variety of detailed formworks in component catalog that are ready to use. For this example, shoring component can easily place in the model using direct modification. You can use special capping tools to get the total height required and easily manipulate the connection of shoring by simply changing its property. So just simply double click the shoring and then the properties will be shown. And then you can change the connection to use it properly. And then copying shoring towers quickly and easy by using again our copying tools. And then speedy deck modeling plan in view, then copy shoring towers with docking across using copy special tools. So you just simply input the distances and the number of copies. And then just another click, you already scattered your shoring on specific area of your slab. Tekla Structure also has generic formworks for column and walls in component catalog. Most model detailed wall formworks by simply inputting all the details in the component. So to use the component, just simply click the component and then the part, and then supply all necessary data or your approved design in the model. And then as a result, by use of organizer, you can have quantity takeoff of the formworks. You have now a 3D model of your formworks together with its detailed quantity takeoff. And then again, you can directly import it to Excel by one click. So you have now your detailed quantity takeoff of your formworks just like that. And then lastly, Tekla Structures also have a plan management using our task manager. So if you have already project scheduled in Primavera, Bico, or MS project, you can import it also in Tekla Structures. Objects and scheduled activities are connected. And using this, you can easily plan and manage the sequence of your work, production rate, applied to quantities automatically. We are still using one software and this Tekla Structure. So the plan days are stored for individual objects. You can also establish your sequence by easily clicking objects. And then track this complete by object. So as you can see, we have two dates, the plan and the actual dates, for you to see if you are on the schedule or delay. Also, task completion calculated based on object status and export actual statuses to the project schedule. And then let me forward this video. Also, using Task Manager, you can visualize your schedule by 4D animation using project visualization and assigning color coding on the task. So as you can see, you can review dates to see the progress on the site. So by clicking dates, 4D animation is done by simply clicking the dates. So as you can see, once you click the dates, the model will prompt the color coding if it's done or still on progress. So that's all in our plan. Now, let's go on site and take the model to when it fits all into the fields. What do we need first to the construction site? So we need first our layout points. So Tekla Structure is capable of providing layout points in the model using point creator. We can easily select desired parts with organizer and then layout points automatically created to the selected parts. You can input names in layout points for better groupings. Layout points are automatically grouped by creation tool. You can also generate automatically layout points in slab openings. And it's also separate points group for each elevation. You can also create layout points for selected embeds with just one click. And then management of layout points are handled by our layout manager. So in layout manager, you can input points of origin to have a realistic coordinates ready to use inside. Visual management by zooming to selected object. And then now we use the points inside by importing it to variety of fields devices. And then once you've done using it to the site, we can import it back to the model for offset checking. You can import back the actual reading to Tekla Structures to see the possible offset. So the red one is the layout points coming from the site, and then the green one is in our model. So as you can see by visualization, we can see already the possible offset of our model and then our real-time project. So by doing this, you can now uh, give problem to the solution on that possible offset and manage it efficiently. Collaboration between office and file. This is one of my favorite features of data structures. in using Trimble Connect status tool. We can manage construction workflows in the site and to the office. Also, all data is stored in cloud and shared with all project properties. Engineers in the office use their computer while in the engineering side use the tablet and give updates on construction statuses using color coding in real time. So as you can see on the video. Also in the office, they can give action approval for next construction tasks and update the site engineer in real time also. And then defining your process made easy. You, you simply write the names of the actions and select tracking values. You can also use your Android phone to see created action immediately. Also, collaboration and task reading are very easy because of color coding. You can also do multiply action to see your to see the summarized text on the field. For example, rebar detailing, rebar fabrication, rebar detail, or bracing rebar. So by using the color coding, yeah, you will see what's happening on the site already. And then visualize the information in real words. So on your left, they use XR10 devices to see our ribbon model to use in fabrication. It is possible by the use of augmented reality. On what you see is they are using the XR10, the hard hat with a goggles, and they see the model. So by using this, you can ensure the rebar will fabricate accordingly like in the model. So they are using already it on the state, so they are not using the paper. They are using the model already. So as you can see, fabricated rebars and model rebars are fit together. And then on your right, if you want to see your model in real world, we can use our sight vision. So sight vision basically uses a smartphone camera to project the model. And it is embedded in the GPS devices to set the real coordinates of the project. As a result, you can walk by to your model on site and review it personally. So as you can see on the video, the site engineer are on the site and then projected the model to see if there is a obstruction or hindrances on the site. So basically what's happening here is just you are holding the smartphone and then walk by it so you can see the entire model on the site. And then by simply clicking the model, you can see the detailed information. Also, while doing this, you should do a precaution because if you don't know if there's a hole, you will be you will be endangered. So you can change the opacity of the model. Okay, that's all for Tekla Structures.
Okay, thank you very much, Jerome. So basically, what we try to cover is the design to construction. So how you're going to create a model, plan your construction, and bring that particular model in the field. So we understand that this may be a lot, but what we promise you is that all these features are present with only one software that you will need. Then that is Tekla software. So we covered all those features using a single solution, and it would allow you to deliver projects on time and on budget. So if you have questions, you could start typing in on the message box, or you can unmute yourself and ask us questions. We'll be flashing our contact information as well. So here's my contact information and Jerome's contact information. If you have any question, or in case you would need us to do a presentation before your team so that we could go on the specifics. For example, you're just working for the design of formworks or the shoring stops. And if you're working with steel and precast, so let us know, and we could probably focus on that. We understand that we have covered a lot of ground in trying to deliver a design to construction process, but uh, we hope that you got the value of this presentation in terms of how streamlined the solution of Tekla is for the complete cast in place concrete process. So we're also, if you'll be needing us to provide you the certificates, kindly accomplish this feedback form. You can scan the QR code flashed on your screen right now for the feedback form. It's a very straightforward feedback form, so that we could still improve our process in the upcoming webinars. Probably the next webinar will cover steel and precast. So we're sure to invite you guys to go through that. Any questions? How to have the Tekla app po? You mean how you're going to adapt the solution? Basically, it's available for subscription. There's no more perpetual licensing right now. So if you want, for example, the minimum subscription is 3 months. So if you have a project that you think you can finish in 3 months, then we can cater for that, at least for the remainder of the year. But normally, the subscription is available on an annual basis. So starting January to December. So that's the shortest subscription period. But we can also cover multi-year subscription. Ayan po. Is there a link for those who have not QR scanner? Definitely, our marketing team will be sending you a link right after this if you are unable to scan the QR code for feedback. So please wait for that particular email. Do you have videos or tutorials po? Certainly, if we will also be including in the email a link to Tekla Campus, because you can readily use the software right away. If you want to download the software right now, you could just register to uh, the Tekla Campus. It's a free. You'll get access to all the features of that software for free for 45 days. So I think it's the best time to try it out, especially if you're quarantined at home and you have nothing else to do. So you might want to learn a new stuff with our software and then apply it to your projects. Can I have a PDF file of the Tekla tutorials? The tutorials are available online. Once you create your own account, or if you download from the Tekla campus, Jerome, can you share the link for the Tekla campus here on the chat box so that they could go straight to the website? So inside your
Yes,
account,
sir.
there will be a lot of tutorials there. In fact, including video tutorials, very detailed tutorial, so that you could already start working on a project. So if you're a student, perhaps you could use this Tekla free Tekla license on the campus for your thesis if you're civil engineers. So it's a really good stuff. Is it okay to import file to AutoCAD software? Our software produces DXF files as that you could throw in inside AutoCAD. Similarly, if you have AutoCAD files that you want to bring into Tekla to create a 3D model out of that, that's also possible. In fact, we do it very, very efficiently inside our software. So can we export a whole structure from SketchUp file, then import to Tekla software and adapt the features of Tekla? Yes, actually, SketchUp is also a Trimble product, and there's a way on how you could bring in a whole SketchUp model inside Tekla Structures and convert that to a native Tekla file. So that's possible. We've done that in some of the projects that we helped our clients with. Will you provide certificate for this webinar? Yes, we will upon your request, but please accomplish the feedback form so that we'll know that you have attended the webinar and you'd be entitled to a certificate. Sorry, I was late. Can we integrate NSCP 2015 or ACI 31A to this software? We have a separate software, sir, that allows you to do analysis and design, which is code-based, which is based on the NSCP. We call it the structural analysis or Tekla structural designer. So it's a separate tool, but the models that are created there can be brought inside Tekla structures for detailing, because basically what we've shown you is a construction software. I believe you're concerned about code compliance in terms of structural analysis and design. We have a good tool for that. Perhaps we'll contact you separately, Sir Jefferson, for more details on that. But we have a very good tool for code-based analysis and design. And Tekla, it's still Tekla, but it's a different module for Tekla. Yes. Does Tekla software generate critical path on scheduling? Yes, there's it's like a Primavera inside Tekla, except I think the limitation there is we don't have the S curve in the solution, and that's it. But the same works on how you're going to create the schedule and the tasks inside, for example, Primavera and other solution out there for task management. But it's free. Once you have Tekla already, then you can use all the features that we've mentioned. There's no additional cost for having, for example, the module for formworks or the module for uh, what do you call this, the task management. So yeah, so CPM is also covered inside Tekla, or the critical path method. Any more questions from our audience? So again, guys, please accomplish the feedback form so that we could improve further for our next set of webinars. We'll be covering complete construction process for the steel segment and also for the precast segment in our succeeding webinars. So do you have trainings and webinars for Tekla Structures and Tekla Structural Designer? Definitely, we have our training facility, but right now, due to the pandemic, we're conducting trainings online. So if you're interested, you could just send inquiries for the training. Let us know which software you're interested to train, and then we'll accommodate that. Is there a question for road projects? Is this software capable of roads also? Yes, sir. In fact, we also cater to bridges. So there's no limit to what you can do in terms of construction with Tekla software. So we have specialized tools for roads and bridges inside Tekla. So we call it the BRIM, Bridge Information Modeling, and road is considered to be part of that module, and it's also you will not incur additional cost for using the bridge information modeling tool. So it's already inside. In fact, we have one company here in the Philippines who's capitalizing on BRIM already. I think they're the first one to apply bridge information modeling in the country, at least for a local company. So they're doing the Bataan, Cavite Bataan interlink bridge. So can Tekla define ultimate BOQ with basis to time and actual cost relation? In terms of the ultimate BOQ with basis to time, yes. For the cost, there's no 5D embedded inside Tekla, or if you want to do cost management there, what you can do in terms of the cost is actually just input the unit value of the material. Yeah, but it will not compute in
Yes.
total. Yeah, so you can compute it separately. But in terms of the BOQ, it's one to one in the sense that, for example, there's uh, 1,000 embed in your model, then or that you need in your actual construction, then the software will give that exact number for you. It's exactly that's why we call it the constructible model. So whatever is inside your model, if you have a complete model, then that's the quantity that you're going to get for your basis on procurement or actual construction. Are there any construction detailing for telecom towers? Yes, we do have that. In fact, we have a very straightforward solution for towers inside Tekla Structure. So you don't have to, again, there's a lot of feature. We just tap the tip of the iceberg with this presentation. If you're focused on communication towers, we have a very good tool inside the software that allows you to detail whatever design for telecoms tower you want, and it integrates as well with the analysis tools or other softwares for tower construction. Yeah. So we'll take note of that, and perhaps you could request. Send us an email if you want us to go in detail on the telecoms. We understand that there's a high demand right now with the introduction of the third telco in the country. So we have helped a number of clients with that already. So how to be informed po for other webinars and seminars. Basically, you will be your contact information is already part of our database. So every time that we'll be having a webinar, all of you who's attended here will be invited for sure. And as our marketing managers mentioned, we are very active on Facebook, LinkedIn, and other social media accounts. So you might want to follow us on that for more informative seminars like this. Okay. If there are no more questions, we thank you very much for your time and we hope to see you again soon. Chat with us, send us a message if you need us to talk to you in more detail regarding our solution. With that, thank you very much and have a great day. Keep safe. See you soon.